Um, so once all the data are in here on the conservation blueprint, you can go ahead, for anyone that wants to just grab the data, you can download the data. Full package, it's got all the code, got all the layers, got everything. You can just grab it. Things are all up as web services, so you can go up into a classic ArcGIS Atlas and you can grab some things. But the fun thing I wanted to show off, because it's fun, is one of the other ways that's for folks that want to explore and look a little bit under the hood of the blueprint and, like I mentioned, find their part of the blueprint itself. I'm not going to do a full tour of all the fun stuff that this viewer does, but I will highlight two cool things. Um, One is this filter the blueprint option. So here's we've got this full blueprint here, and then we have all the different indicators. Now, this doesn't have the new fire frequency indicator in it yet, but will in the fall. But I wanted to kind of show some of the fun stuff you can start doing here. So with any of the indicators, you can look and say, oh, okay, I've got this big area, but I really want to work in places that now I've said, okay, let's look at places that are recently burned. So I can go in and immediately pull that down and say, oh, just show me places that have been recently burned. And then I can start adding in other different components, like what's been recently burned, but also has maybe high importance for imperiled amphibians and reptiles, important for range restricted species. So I can start slicing and dicing this with all the different indicators. And I mean, as you can see, I can do it really quickly. So it allows you to play around and have fun with all the different components. So I just cleared all the little filters. I can go back if I'm interested in grassland and savanna restoration. So you can mix all these different components, look for important places for restoration, but then you can also mix in and say, see, I also am interested in places that are, high importance for grassland restoration, but also likely to become urban in the near future. So we can start pulling in a few of those places. And then we start narrowing down that bigger piece to a smaller set of components. So this is that sort of like finding your piece. I'm not going to talk about it as much, but also you can upload a shapefile and you can get a whole report of numbers and tables for whatever your shapefile area is. So percentages, acres, and also it will make maps for all of these indicators, like actual maps in the little PDF. So it's very fun. Okay, so I wanted to show that because that is coming soon. And the other thing I wanted to mention, since I did talk about what we're trying to do for trends, is another component of the partnership is tracking this progress towards a 10% or greater improvement in health function and connectivity of southeastern ecosystems. So we have that. And then we also look, well, we have near-term metrics. Well, in order to get there, we need a 1% improvement every 4 years. So every 2 years, we release an assessment of how we're doing on those pieces. And this is the high level assessment. So everything in the green, you're on track. In the yellow, you're going up, but not fast enough. And everything in the red is basically going the wrong direction. So we have this high level version of the goal report and tracking. Right now, we're in this indicator, we have, I think it's like fire and longleaf, which is somewhere in here. Prescribed fire and longleaf pine. So we track that from some of the reported stuff. And so we have this, but at the same time, that's the high level. We also have a more interactive story map for things that we can get down to a finer resolution.